Sup, flapper. Sup, what's going on? Flapper. Sup, what's going on? Flapper. Sup, what's going on? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. What's going on? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. How is everybody doing? All right, because today it's a very special day. Why don't I introduce myself? 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 It's a boy Walrus here, and today the Walrus is about to take you along with me. We, as a group, will embark on a journey. One moment here. Let's bring up chat. Let's bring up chat here. And we got the YouTube back. Oh, let's bring up chat here. It almost at the YouTube back. Oh, echoes. It almost at the YouTube back. Oh. Yes. Echoes, because I forgot to turn off the audio here on YouTube once again. But here we are. We have me, Walrus, your personal realtor. And currently today, we will be walking over 3. Welcome, Kaylee. Welcome to the Bronze Tusk. Welcome to the Tusk, not gang, because today we are wearing, we are all suited up. Welcome, Kaylee, to the Tusk Club. All right, very exclusive. Oh. Now, let me tell you. The Tusk Men. No. We are neutral here. The Tusk Club. All right. Welcome to the Tusk Club. So today, let me talk to you all a little bit about what we're gonna go through. You may think, all right. You may think you have seen amazing real estate. Here on YouTube, whether you are, playing Genshin, you've seen some amazing designs. Conceptual pieces, right? Fabrication of the imagination. But today, everyone, I will bring all of you with me along on this journey. I am going to show you guys exactly what happens when imagination meets with state-of-the-art architectural design, all right? Man, and I've seen these teapots. I've seen these teapots more than once. I've spent time with the owners of these teapots, meticulously planning different aspects of their teapots. And let me tell you, it's better than I could have imagined. And you guys might think like, Walrus, hold up. You are hyping this up way too much. And let me tell you, if anything, I'm actually watering it down for you guys. All right. So, as your real estate agent, I want to show you guys first. We have our North American representative. All right. Our North American representative is coming up first, followed by our Asian representative. And then we're going to move on to the third and fourth and final one, the European representative. All right, we have these 3. So, I hope you guys are ready. One moment. Just gonna get some time, get people to settle in here. I'm gonna copy this. It's 1 per server. I'm gonna be walking you guys through all 3 teapots, kind of like how I would walk my clients through a home, right, that they would purchase. So, one moment. Let me just make sure everybody is here. Now, I'm just posting some of this stuff and all over the place. All right, people. So, for the people wondering, how do you enter these teapot showcases? So you don't really, well, nowadays it's too late, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing more of these in the future. But if you join my Discord, I do have a channel that is dedicated to this Teapot tournament. And yes, the winner is going to get something, all right? The winner of this entire Teapot tournament will be getting a $50 gem pack as a prize. $50, all right? $50 gem pack as a prize, or just $50, and I can give it to you through PayPal if you guys have it, and we'll go from there. Okay, so there's a bit of money on the line, but of course, I didn't tell any of them about the prize. I'm only announcing the prize right now, so it depends on how these people have believed in their teapots. Okay, so in a couple more minutes here, we are gonna go off. I'm actually currently already set up at the first teapot. Yes, truly, pack your things, everybody. We are about to go on a journey. You guys may think I'm just gonna be here walking through some teapots, but I assure you not. All right, I assure you not. So, if you guys have any more questions, leave them in chat. The biggest question I think a lot of people are wondering is, am I wearing pants? Now, that question I will leave to your imaginations to answer, all right? Let me, yeah. That's the real question here, okay? So, yeah, and I would say only a few people in chat knows the definitive answer to that question. Did I cut my hair? No, my hair is always like this. My hair actually is always kept in pristine and clean condition. Okay? So, once we hit 100 people, we will go live. I will switch scenes and we're going to go into the teapot. Let's see. I'm going to keep this raw. I'm going to only do in-game sounds, okay? Must be hot wearing this. I wouldn't say hot. It does feel a little suffocating. It does feel a little weird. Usually I only wear this when I'm outside and about working, but now I have to wear this working at home as well. It feels weird. And I hope my clients don't see this. I do hope my clients don't see this. Geo enthusiast, I woke up at 4 a.m. for this, bro. Hey, I appreciate it. One moment to get some things sorted out here to make sure all things are a non-issue. Let's make sure everything is good. There's a lot of setup to this, people. There's a lot of setup to this, all right? Okay. I think we are ready. Let's go. Welcome. Chat. Welcome, YouTube. And first, I have to say, sup, flappers. And welcome to the first and ever Teapot Showcase with yours truly, Erotic Walrus, as your real estate host here. I'm going to be showcasing you guys 3 teapots today. The first one up is, of course, the one, the only North American representative situated in the depth of the secluded mountains of Emerald Peak. Beautiful, beautiful teapot. We currently have a 6-island showcase. So yes, this entire teapot is separated into 6 separate islands with each different central themes. And currently this teapot is sitting at a whooping and boastful 30,000 plus adepti energy. All right. So some of the things I do want to warn you guys about regarding this teapot is you're gonna see some central themes that are constantly being accentuated through the structures and the architectural design of this particular teapot. At a first glance, you can see some basic housing, and of course we have the main house. We're currently on the first island here. We have your realtor, your in-game realtor, Mr. Zhong Li. He's taking a day off from the Wangshan Parlor, and this is only the beginning. All right, people, let us start this walkthrough. So first thing you get when you walk through the main gates into the main house is you feel like you are immediately transported just from the outside. Now everything here is slightly different, and of course we're kind of building our own getaway in the wilderness here, but we also have to remember we are one with the wild. So currently we have 2 golden knotwood trees that are situated on both sides of the entrance. These trees do not come cheap, all right? I want to assure you everything in this teapot, in this realm, is of the utmost value, and it comes with quality as well. And of course, as you guys can see, the verdant vastness trees also situated on both sides of the entrance here, and immediately we are faced with the reassurance of the 2 stone lions, as you remember from the main gates. Now, for those who are not very educated when it comes to this stuff, these stone lions actually represent guardianship, protection, and earthiness. So, in a way, it's a spiritual belief, but at the same time, don't you just feel safe when you have 4 stone lions that weigh up to 5 tons each guarding your front home? I mean, I would pay top dollars for this. But as you guys may be curious as to what's inside the house, you're gonna have to wait until the end of this showcase for that, because first and foremost, I want to walk you guys through the rest of this space. All right, so first we come up this ledge, and this is a ledge kind of overlooking the current space, but I assure you we have seen nothing yet, because now once you get up to the upper ledge, there is this back walkway that kind of centers the back half of this current residence. So currently it's being lifted up by 20 feet stone pillars. Now for people who don't know feet, that is about 6 meters worth of elevation here, and currently it outlooks the vastness of the rest of this realm. Now remember, just because we are in a pocket dimension, it does not mean we don't get to enjoy the vastness of the space that we dwell within. And let me tell you, this is all yours, all perfectly secluded and perfectly serene. No taint, no intrusion, perfectly silent. All right, now this perfect 180 degrees ends with, I like to call it bungalow, but you know, the owner, very classy person, would prefer me introduce it as a pavilion. So that's what I will say. It ends at this pavilion, which kind of sets the mood for the rest of our showcase here. So you can already see the current space that we currently walk through, the back area. And of course, it looks over towards the rest of these islands, all right? And let me tell you, so let us continue to move onwards to the second island, because if you guys are impressed by that, oh, that's all I'm gonna say. All right, let's move onwards to the second island. This is, consider this a tasting. Now, as we move into the second island, we move from a residential to a commercial. And this is a purely commercial island. And this is called the commercial street, actually, on this island. We have a ton of features here. We have these different vendors that you can immediately see. This is where the owner does come to you know, get the goods. Of course, it's free for the owner, but sometimes this is open up to the public, and you do have to pay top mora to come here and get your goods. So first and foremost, we have some massage parlors here. We also have some medicine stores, it's pharmacies, pharmaceuticals, right? They have relocated into this realm as business is quite good here. And the street isn't too overly complicated. It's just one arch. And then as you come towards the end of the street, yes, you do see the reinforcements of the stone lions. But first and foremost, I do want to show you guys a very, very special, I would say, fixture of this particular island, the second island. Now we come up here, you are immediately met with this one-of-a-kind vendor. Yes, this is the 24-hour hot pot vendor. Of course, come whenever, what time of the day, all right? You will get steaming, piping, hot pot served fresh drips, all right? And we have this item called the 4-quadrant cooking cauldron. So if you guys do want to purchase this hot pot vendor for yourself, feel free, be my guest. Now, as we continue here, move around this the cloth here, we have really, really one-of-a-kind fixture. This is strategically placed here. Let me tell you, this is the rooftop tea house. Now, what you may be wondering, Walrus, okay, what's so special about a tea house on top of a rooftop? Now, allow me to explain. The way this rooftop was designed is strategically to overlook the entirety of every single island and structure that there is. And currently the way and how the developers, the architect came about to design this is absolute impeccable craftsmanship. I can guarantee you it's one of a kind, no other. You will never, ever see another roof house teapot designed in this fashion with this much meticulous planning going into its location and just overall how exclusive this feature is. And it really takes a man to come here, sit down, sip some tea, osmanthus wine, drip it down, and then just enjoy the scenery for them to understand just how special this place is. And of course, this could all be yours if you choose to write in an offer, and we can discuss the paperwork, the procedures. All right, so now we move on to the third island, and of course, once again, we are met with the stone lions, and we have had guests that are rule breakers, as we would say, and they choose to walk around it. But I really wouldn't suggest that. I personally believe, and the owner has stressed this over many, many times, that she herself believes this structure holds immense divine power and protection, and that it's always best to walk through them. All right, walk in between them, and their divine presence will be with you. Safety is assured to you. You actually get benefits out from the actual game of Genshin Impact. You get better summoning rates. You get better artifact drop rates, right? Because you're divinely protected. Now, talking about divinity and protection, we move on to the third island. Now, this third island, it is something special. There is a whole story that just surrounds this particular island in of itself, and I'll go with you. And this island is called the Archon Temple. Now, you first glance at Walrus, Archon Temple. What Archon are you really worshiping here? And I'll tell you what Archon we're worshiping. Actually, if I can find the little critter, one moment. Should be around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's a little shy. Now, the owner has instructed me that this indeed is no. It may look like a boar, but it's no ordinary boar. This boar goes by the name of Sauce, and it in fact is a deity boar. Yes, a deity boar. Get a load of that. Yes, and deity boar himself does come with the teapot if you so choose to purchase it. All right, so let's go up here a little bit. Usually, every time I come here, I just like to sit here and just take it all in. This is a 5-piece temple that is specifically built to house something of, I would say, something otherworldly, and I'll show it to you. But one of the things people always ask me when we do visit this island is why did the owner build this magnificent 5-piece temple? And then there's this. Well, Well, let's talk about that then. All right, this right here is what the owner calls an immersion hut. So I'll leave you guys, the viewers, to imagine, to conjure up your imaginations and think about what you do inside this immersion hub. I'll give you a hint. Some of the stuff you do in here, if I were to describe it right now on my YouTube channel, could quite literally get me banned. So please imagine. Yes, some of the stuff you do in here quite literally will transport you into a different dimension. Okay, so with that said, allow me to show you the centerpiece of this particular island. So if we come through here, was it through here? Was it through here? Man, there's so many twists and turns. I do believe it's over here. If we come through here, through this particular gate, no other gate, just this particular gate. If you come through, and you'll see a little drop-off area. If you drop off here, it would, at first glance, it would seem you're trapped and at a dead end, but you will quickly realize that you are staring face to face with, I would argue, one of, if not the most divine items in Genshin Impact. All right. Now, here is the story behind this crystal. So when the owner first purchased this realm, they were doing some development projects. They drew out a whole plan for each of the islands and decided how they wanted to structure it. And when they got to this third island, they ran into this crystal. And at first, the owner thought nothing of it. It's like, oh, it's a crystal, right? It's like natural formation minerals. And the owner had the developers and the builders uproot this crystal and just dispose of it. And a few days later, and the owner swears by this, the realm started to collapse, and the sky started turning dark. The real estate, the ground here, right, on site had become deformed. We had tons of issues, and the owner themselves were starting to get sick. The developers were just bedridden for days, and they couldn't move. They were saying their bodies were on fire, and they felt like their brains were about to implode, and there was this voice that haunted them that would not stop. And it actually, they would have never thought this was the root of their problem. So they had premonitions, they had night terrors. It was just horrible. And the owners, they finally decided, you know what, let's just put the crystal back. And none of them believed it at first. They were like, what? That is outrageous. A crystal. Sure enough, they put it back. And let me tell you, everything just went away. It went back to normal. All right, it went back to normal. And how amazing is that? And ever since then, the owner even had a special praying tablet. It's amazing. When I first heard this story from the owner, I was completely baffled. And the owner swears by this crystal. All right, as you can see, this entire structure here was built around this crystal. This is the offering. This third island was supposed to be an extension of a resort. It was supposed to be a magnificent structure, but after that ordeal, the owner decided to build this entire temple around this one crystal. And the owner comes here to pray before every single banner. And let me tell you, the owner swears by it. Never lost a 50-50. Never lost a 50-50. So you might think like, oh, like let me just come to this crystal and pray. But let me tell you, you think a half-hearted prayer will get the crystal to answer you? And the owner has said this. Tons of friends, inclusive business ventures came through, prayed to this crystal. All of them denied. But when the owner does it, because the owner, she has experienced it, right? She knows what this is. Nobody believes it. You telling me if I come here, pray to it, it's gonna give me divine protection? I don't think so, because my heart doesn't truly believe it. While I'm selling this to you right now, I'm telling you guys this happened and I respect it. Does that mean deep down in my heart I believe in it? Maybe not. Maybe not. But if you so choose to purchase this teapot, you can come here. Definitely build your own relation with this crystal. Yeah. Very, very special story. Very, very special story. I love this island. Personally, I would say it's definitely, I would say one of my favorite part about this teapot. I do, every time I do visit, I make sure to come here, offer my prayers, and move along my way. All right. So now after that, everybody take a deep breath. All right. Just relax. Relax. Right. You may think it's a horror story. It's not a horror story. Look at that. Look at that. And which brings us to, I guess this is island 3.5. It's a very small place. Usually you come here, you stop by, you take a look, and look at your real estate. This is all yours. Well, it could all be yours if you so choose to purchase it. Now, let us move on to Island 4. Now, Island 4 is also a very particular and special island in that it is a hybrid island. Island 4 is split into two halves. One for residential and the other half for agriculture. Actually, not even commercial. It's an agriculture. So let's start with the first one. Now, this one, immediately when you come in, grandiose structure, you're met with an open central yard. And this, yes, is indeed inspired by Mondstadt architecture, right? So what this building essentially is, it's a resort of sort. It's a 100-unit resort. It can house up to over 150, even close to 200 people. It's a private getaway. And let me tell you, this one will definitely give you, if the other ones haven't done it yet, this one is luxury. It's just luxury in bold letters, gold plaque, bold letters, LED glowing, luxury, luxury, luxury. All right, now people, most unforgettable experience. I remember I brought my girlfriend up here and we spent a weekend here. Oh boy, the scenery. And let me tell you, because this particular structure is southwest facing, oh man, you get a ton of sunlight throughout the entire day just because of that south exposure. And once it gets to the sunset, ooh, that golden hour, the sun just kind of descends beyond the horizon, the hillside. And as it lingers, and it feels like time is stretched to infinity. And of course, the sunset ends, and you're left with nothing but peaceful breeze and this functional windmill constantly just rotating, and it really makes you feel like home. It's nothing like it, I guarantee you. And while the structure in of itself is, of course, again, strategically placed in this manner, I want to divert your attention and your eyes to this tree right here. Now, this tree goes by the name of Tianheng Red Maple. Now, Tianheng is Chinese, and it translates to sky balance, right? The balance, or you can say heavenly balance. So, also, this tree goes by the other name called Branches of Flame. Oh, now let me tell you, Branches of Flame, you may be like, Boris, what are you talking about? It just looks like ordinary leaves, right? But just like the crystal in the temple, it takes one to witness it for one to understand when the sun is setting, when that hour is just perfect, when the light hits these leaves in just the right way. I swear, the tree looks like it is on fire. It looks like every single fiber of its branches just extends outwards in the fiery roar that's screaming, I'm here, I'm living, I'm alive, and I am present. And just like when you witness that, you yourself gets captivated by it. You look at it, and before you know it, the flame dwindles and it's just back to being an ordinary tree again. Oh, and this tree apparently is 10,000 years old. That's right, 10,000 years old. Just imagine if trees could talk. The stories this tree would have. My goodness, sends goosebumps down my side just thinking about it. All right, so there's that. Let's move onwards to the latter half of this teapot. Let me show you the agriculture. All right. Oh my goodness, splendid. Move upwards. You'll quickly see coming through these gates right here. And currently, we are producing, I would say, enough food to house over 50 people per day. And if you guys see this, we have the windmill. It's constantly grinding grains. If we move up here, this currently is the storage unit. The storage unit that houses all the food, the grains, the vegetations, the meat, produce, dairy, whatever, everything. And you may wonder, well, Walrus, 50 people a day. Now, why the hell is it empty? Well, let me tell you, because 2 days ago, remember back on the second island, the commercial street, we actually had a festival. Yes, the owner invited all of her most esteemed guests in. We did have a festival, had a great time. All the food was indeed moved up to the commercial street. It's all fresh produce. It's harvesting season, so we had a great time. And yes, I would say simplicity at its finest. Functionality is impeccable. Now, if you guys, some of the youngsters in chat right now might not know what this particular structure is, but one would call it an outhouse. One would call it an outpost. I myself, just to make sure everybody understands what this is, I call it a shit shack. All right, it's a shit shack. Now you'd be like, Walrus, come on, we don't need that in here. But let me tell you, actually, yes, we do, because right now we indeed are inside a teapot, a pocket dimension. It's very troublesome to always leave your teapot to go get fertilization, right? You're growing your own crops here, so of course you need fertilized soil. What better way to have a perfectly working ecosystem than to have your own feces working in the circulation? Yes, nothing goes to waste, even your own waste. You can write that on a shirt, all right? You can quote me on that. This actually it's part of the ecosystem. It's invaluable when it comes to making sure the teapot is functioning at peak efficiency. Okay, so with that said, we are gonna be done with the 4th island. Now, moving into the 5th island, another, I would say, personal favorite. I don't know. I really enjoy these kind of special islands that hold significance in meaning, and not just all about luxury and experience, but really something that goes beyond us, beyond time, I would say. And you'll quickly see what I mean. Again, the stone lions, just bow your head, yes, say your prayers, and wish for divine protection. We walk right through the center here. Very, very nice. I feel it already. So usually when I come here, I don't go in immediately. I like to come to the edge here, but just be careful, as to preserve nature, we did not put up any fencing around these areas. We believe that we're all professional individuals capable of taking care of ourselves. Oh my goodness, look at this structure. Now this again, I would say it's a residential space, but at the same time, the owner insists that no one lives on this island. Now, this is the 5th island. It's Chinese inspired. I like to present it almost as a villa that is uninhabited, but constantly maintained. Because this island right here is a particular soft spot of the owner. Now, why is that? You will see if we get into the villa. Now, remember this spectacular, grandiose sight, right? And when you go in, if you guys have seen the film Spirited Away, it almost feels like, and you walk, and then you're like, wait a minute, what happened? Where are we? Well, does it not feel like you just got teleported, transported to a different space? Look, you can see the back, you can see the vastness, you can see other terrains, mountain ranges, the clouds, and you look around you and you're surrounded by vegetation. And yes, this right here is the owner's own botanical garden. Believe it or not, each patch of soil around this particular and each individual plant has been harvested from their origin country. You can see vegetation from Mondstadt, you can see vegetation from Liyue, and of course they grow in different environments. The owner understands that, and she has spent a vast amount of mora to maintaining this place, and it's constantly growing. She currently told me she has 8 different types of unique plantation currently being imported, and they're en route from Inazuma from Snezhnaya. And of course, we don't know how long these importing procedures can take because the shipment company MiHoYo sometimes can take up to a year or two just to release these kind of shipments through customs. So people, let me tell you, the second these plantations are available, they will be in this botanical garden. One of the very finest, lots of mora, and please don't blame the owner here. She is definitely trying her best to make sure, but it's the shipment company MiHoYo, and they have these. The owner swears by that MiHoYo delays shipment on purpose, but hey, what can you say? All right, what can you say? I would say MiHoYo's working their best, right? But yeah, this is definitely a work in progress. As over the years, expect this botanical garden. Expect this botanical garden to become more grandiose and filled with more variety. Now, once again, we walk through almost this portal-like space, and once again, as we see the space disappear behind us, we are then again met with this great villa, great temple. It's almost like this space is built to hide that botanical garden. Wow. And if you're still hungry, because you would have taken a while to walk here, some more hot pot for you, all right? Get some food. Ah, yes. The final stop. And with all those structures and all that build up, it all comes to this. The sixth and final island. This island is called Oogway's Passage. What a weird name, what a weird name. And if you guys have seen Kung Fu Panda, you remember that scene where Oogway said to Master Shifu, "My time has come," as he, turned into flower petals and floated away. That scene was, in fact, filmed right on this spot. So Master Oogway was standing around here, and, Master Shifu was standing around here. And he was like, Master Oogway, no, don't go, Master Oogway." And then Master Oogway kind of flew off, right? And you would think Master Oogway went somewhere, went beyond. But legend has it, Master Oogway being a man of charm and trickery, Master Oogway never went anywhere. It's said that Master Oogway, when he ascended, his spirit instead fell into this tree. And, once in a millennia, it takes a man of stature and self-discipline to sit next to this tree, empty your mind, still your heart, and be at peace with yourself. And when the night is so quiet that the rustling of the leaves are even still, nothing, not a blade of grass moving. And if you're just sitting here, taking everything in, apparently, you can even hear the voice of Oogway whispering in your ear, "There are no accidents." Hey, never experienced it myself, but this is just part of the lore of this island. Alright, and that's why the sixth and final island is called Oogway's Passage. And once again, a bungalow, a pavilion here, just for you to rest yourself before we make our way down. And of course, today, Chubby has decided to pay us a visit. No problem. I myself made a couple purchases here. Yeah, so what a spectacular scene. Really, truly spectacular. Now, let's descend. We're not gonna walk down, we're gonna fly down, right? Isn't gliding faster? Well, in this case, it sure as hell is. So now, as you can see, we flew by the sixth island. We're back onto the fourth island. Now, go. I'm gonna show you guys the interior, right? And for people who don't know, there's actually a shortcut that you can do right over here. And of course, only realtor Zhongli can produce this shortcut. So you need a lifting board. Don't get nervous, people. Don't get nervous. I've done this many times. You jump and you're off. So, how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel? Really? Please. Do you enjoy this teapot? I think this has got to be one of the most spectacular teapots I have seen. Of course, we have 2 more teapots. We have 2 more teapots after this. Very, very exciting. So now let's come back to the main house. Wow. And with all that, it all comes back to this. All right. Now we're back to the main house. Let's go in. Because let me tell you, there's actually something special about this main house as well. Here, let's go. Let's go inside. Let's go inside. So when you first come into this house, there's a lot of things that immediately just takes you with. But look, if we look to the right side, we actually have Diona here. So Diona currently is not working in Mondstadt. She is currently spending a lot of time. She's privately hired by this owner to work in this kind of private bar. So we of course have alcoholic options here on the left side, and on the right side we got non-alcoholic options. We got some boba here. Diona currently is experimenting a lot here. Unlike, she can't really experiment as much as she wants due to rules and regulations in Mondstadt, but currently over here Diona is free to do whatever she wants. All right, so with that bar out of the way, so of course you can sit here as well. So this is what we call a guest welcoming area. It's primarily used to talk and screen guests that you yourself don't know very well. Maybe it's their first time visiting. Maybe you're talking about business, right? Whatever. And if everything works out, of course, you can show them the back room. You can bring them into the office for more private chatter. However, if they're not suited, the deal breaks through, you kind of just show them out. All right. So of course, kind of looks like this. And we have over there on stage, Xinyan currently is about to do a live performance tonight. But I'm sorry, you guys can't state for that. But thank you, Xinyan, giving us a little rift right now over there. Feels very good, vibing out loud. Very nice, Xinyan. But don't worry, I will show you guys into the private quarters. All right, the private quarters. Oh, you know, I've shown this place so many times that the dog here knows me very well. This is the owner's private most, I would say, prized possession. This dog is Fox. So yeah, Fox the dog. Okay, Fox the dog. Don't ask me why. But as you guys see, the private quarters of this owner is very, I would say, in a way, simplistic comparative to the rest of the teapot. You would think someone who owns 6 different islands would live in a bedroom that is 20 feet high with, you know, stated, but no, it's very simple. It's the same size as, you know, the rest of your teapots, I would imagine. And yeah, just some of her favorite books, and yeah, it's just that, some scriptures, her personal favorite scriptures. And also, she herself is a woman of literature. All right, so let's go over here, and here is actually Diona's private cafe. This is currently where Diona spends most of her time away from Mondstadt, and she spends a lot of time here, you know, serving this particular owner. And this is actually Diona's venture away from alcohol, beverage, and whatever, and actually into food options. So yeah, I've had a couple meals here. It's pretty tasteful. I think Diona's working on it. I would even say for her first time making a lot of these dishes, yeah, delicious, absolutely delicious. So yeah, here is essentially the kitchen. We also have the cat here. Funny enough, the dog has a name, but the cat doesn't. So we just call this cat Kitty. All right. So we come over here and we go into this room. Yes. All right. So this room, it's all about combat. This is the room where everything comes together. Strategy, you know, summoning, complaints. You know, this room gets rowdy. This is where, yeah, this is where things go down. This is where the owner sits with her champions right here, discussing how they're gonna best Abyss going forward. All right, how they're gonna defeat the Fatui agents, how they're gonna maximize the roles each and everyone plays. Currently, her champions are away. So yeah. So Nothing to be talked about here, but I do think this is a cool room. She does have bi-weekly meetings with her champions here, just talking about Abyss updates and also people who are sent out to collect, those ores, collect Mora. They come back and they meet here and they talk about and discuss strategy, as you would say. Okay, so let's look at the here. All right, this is what we she calls it the backstage, and she has gathered a lot of plays and scriptures from all over Liyue and Mondstadt. Some of these scriptures has actually been lost in time and are one of a kind. So these screenplays are so rare that when she bought them, she had copies made of them, and then immediately she hid the scriptures away. So yes, bought them at auctions, and yes, a lot of artists, famous artists, come from all over the world to study these scriptures and have a chance to perform these acts live on stage. It's very beautiful. The other day I saw this play called The Rabbit in the Sky. Tears, chills. All right, I don't know how these writers do it, but holy smokes, it was just spectacular. And let me tell you, these performances are very unplanned and unscheduled. So it really depends on the owner's mood when they're gonna do it, and it's a very private showing. So it does take some connections to get yourself to watching one of these performances. All right, so let's go upstairs, and we have the library. So this is the upstairs library. It's kind of like an infinity library. It goes all around, and currently Lisa also spends a lot of time here on her free time to work with this owner, particularly to do private work with the owner. But I don't know why they would need a librarian, because the books here, you can't get them out. Okay, you can't get these books out. You can't borrow them because each of these books can be worth up to 1 to 2 million Mora, due to how special some of them are. All right, they entail some very special. We got some alchemy stations here. The owner kind of dabbles in a bit of everything. So as we just make our way around, you can see just more scriptures, and then we finalize ourselves here with Lisa again. All right. And that's it for the... Oh yeah, we have a little itinerary board and discussions here. All right, so that is the teapot. Let us go back outside and situate ourselves. Look at that. Oh, wow. Peace and quiet. And this, my friends, is the NA representative. Remember, it's Emerald Peak. All right, Emerald Peak with the 6 island specialty with the host Lychee. Please, chat, a round of applause for Lychee for offering up this this amazing opportunity to get a peek inside her teapot. Of course, constantly developing teapot. Yes, this is the NA representative. I'm very proud. Very nice work. And yes, currently the owner has told me that this teapot itself is on open contract for asking price of 7 billion Mora. Yes. No cap, 7 billion Mora, and this could all be yours. 7 billion. That's billion with a B. 7 billion Mora. Okay, so people, start working hard. I think there's definitely a couple Leviathans in chat who likely may be able to come up with this amount of Mora. All right, 7 billion. I would say that's quite a steal. So yeah, chat. What can I say? Let's take a photo here with the owner, and then we will use this photo as... Oh, one moment. What happened? We'll come, actually. Yeah, we'll stand here. I'm gonna go into my camera mode and we'll take a photo. All right, we'll take a photo. All right, and just like that, beauty. So I'm gonna save this and call it NA. Don't worry, everybody in chat watching right now, you will be able to vote on which one is your favorite teapot. Don't worry, don't worry. Let me just save this photo, and then we'll move on to the Asian representative. One moment. June Teapot Showcase, Teapot Tournament, and a teapot. Okay. All right. Thank you, thank you. Let me go back to my face cam. So, what do you guys think about that? Please, please, tell me about inspired. Oh, not sponsored, by the way. Yes, this teapot is the owner is indeed in chat. Her name is Kaylee. She is in chat. But please do not strike up private deals behind my back. As it is not encouraged to strike up private deals behind the realtor's back. Just corporate etiquette. Now, let me show you guys. Oh, Huang Lei coming in with the $4.99 says, so I'ma come there for 24/7 hot pot now. Yes, exactly. You know, you get invited in, and all this space is accessible for you. It's all yours. It's all yours. For the duration that you are there, that is, of course. Let me see if I can pull up the Asian representative. I think the Asian representative might be in chat, might not be. I know it's quite difficult. Quite difficult. Uh-huh. All right. I'm just getting ready, chat. Just getting set up. Virtue Alice coming in with the €2 says, Huang Lei, come and eat. I'm the hot pot seller. Dude, I am enjoying this. I think this is a ton of fun. But being able to bring my I am going to need one moment. Going to need my okay. One moment. We're just verifying accounts because I don't have a Asia account, and my Smurfs are not high enough level to actually access the teapot function. So unfortunate, but yeah, this is how we're gonna have to bypass this. Rep Payne saying, just pray, Walrus, that we don't buy a house from you. Hey man, I'd love to take you out around in the city to take a look at houses. it is hot. I'm telling you guys, it is hot and steaming. Hot and steaming. Kyle Chen is asking, are you going to do another Teapot review in the future? I might consider it, depending on how this one does, how the community enjoys it. I know the definitely Teapot feature is not for everybody, but I've been doing a lot of meta stuff, discussion and videos and team building, so I think I definitely do owe everybody here, the more casual players, some content, and yeah, we'll see. But we'll see. We definitely need to see if the community is on board. I think we're having a lot of fun here. One moment. Let me just get inside the Teapot. I'm already on the account. Everything is good. Let me just get inside the Teapot, and we will be ready to go soon. Yeah, we're gonna have characters in patch 1.6. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure everything. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. People. Now let's take a look. Look at this. I hope you guys are ready, because we're about to go in for another round of just good old fun. You guys ready? Look at this. So the first Teapot was in Emerald Peak. And this Teapot, let's see. I don't even remember all of their names. Floating Boat, Emerald Peak, and Cool Isle. That's right. This one is in Cool Isle. So yes, we had Emerald Peak, we have Cool Isle, and let me tell you, Europe is in Floating Abode. So we actually have 3 distinct types of landscape, of realm aesthetics for us to go from. All right, so let's go. You guys ready? So for people who are from Europe, you immediately now, when we look at this design, you can, especially from France, from a place called Colmar, right? Colmar, and this, as the owner said, when they first purchased this plot of land, they were very inspired by the architecture of Colmar and had it designed in a way of that. But of course, they don't have the waterways of Colmar. So yeah, the owner did what they could with what the realm had to offer. Very grandiose. And look at this gate; it's open just for us. As we immediately come in, we have some shops here at the entrance. We have distillery shop and sundry shop where various items are being sold. So trust me, this place here has it all. Whereas I definitely think this type of lifestyle, it's almost like you have your own village and you're the mayor of your own town. This is a residential commercial mix. Of course, obviously this right here is the owner's their own private residential area, but of course we're gonna take that like the first one. It's gonna be at the very end. All right, so if I recall correctly, this is a 4-island setup with 30,000 plus adeptal energy as well. Incredible design, incredible layout, and let me tell you, impeccable craftsmanship all throughout. Lots of inspiration throughout. Okay, so let's just walk around. Let's just take it all in for this space. The owner says, just walk around, take it all in. It's the whole part of home showings. It's part of it is in exploration. So you kind of just look around, look at all these structures. So grandiose, so magnificent. And I personally, I always, whenever I come by, I always ask the owner of this tree, like, why would you have this tree positioned in such a way that it's so difficult for it to live. And the owner's response was, he told me that, you know, in a way, when I look through my back window, when I'm sitting on my porch just thinking about life, I look at this tree and it reminds me of myself. I'll say, why does it remind you of yourself? And the owner was telling me that, you know, when everyone is born into different circumstances, and every seed grows into a different tree. And the owner says, just because now I have everything that I want, everything that I can possibly want, I have my private realm in my private world, I always constantly remind myself that I am but confined by the environment that harbors me, that I grew from, that just because I have long, strong roots, I've grown to this wonderful, magnificent tree, I always have to remind myself that the space I have to work with is limited, our time is limited, life is fragile, and to always try my hardest not to reach upward, but to remind myself of where I stand. And damn, did I was like, holy smokes, dude, I need to do this. Chat, we all need to do this, right? And yeah, so he constantly spends a lot of time from his house looking at this tree and just constantly remind himself of where he came from. Now that is a man of dedication and sheer will, okay? No wonder he succeeded. No wonder he has all this stuff. Okay, very nice. So now let us move onwards to the second island. Now, I always get confused when I come to his island. Here we go. Right here. This is the path. So right as you come out over here, and you make your way to the second island, and you can already see it. It's fashioned in a way where each island feels like its own town. Each island feels like its own territory. Let's go. Yes, currently we have Klee as the realtor, in-game realtor, to kind of lead us around. She oftentimes do come over here to play, to have fun. The owner here is kind of forced to babysit Klee when Jean really has had enough, because this man has a lot of patience. Apparently, all the structures you see here, every single plank of wood was hand sanded down by this owner. He is a very, very meticulous man. Oh, very much. And of course, you see, they're all in a sense a gated community, and it just feels like they all belong in their own subsections of community. And I think that's one of the biggest attractions to this particular teapot. As you can see, if we look back, something that looks so grandiose, now we look back at it, it looks, quite distant. And it almost feels like we have left that space and entered a new space. But in fact, they are all connected. And yes, there is an outhouse, outpost, shit shack, whatever you want to call it. All right, it's just part of the community. So let's come on in. Now, there's quite a bit of twists and turns when you first come into this community, but I assure you it's very well knit. We have blacksmiths here. We have artisans here who are constantly working tirelessly to make sure the community needs are met. We have a little marketplace here, so the people here can actually, get their groceries, they can sustain living. And actually, what the owner has done is that, in the world of Teapot, not everyone is fortunate. And just like how I mentioned to you guys that, the owner constantly remind himself of how he used to be unfortunate and rose from nothing, essentially. So what he does is he does find people, orphans, homeless, who have a strong will to live. Listen, a strong will to live. And the owner gives them a second chance. He houses them in his pocket dimension. He gives them education. He provides them a safe environment to learn, to grow. And let me tell you, every time he tells me the story, sheds a tear. Did you know that apparently decades ago, he picked up this orphan this little boy, had the had a great knack for combat. Very, very, very good at combat. And the kid was starving, plagued by disease, and just his body was falling apart. But the eyes, I'm telling you, the eyes, he said, of this child was still burning with the passion of life. And the owner said, I just could not leave him. Picked him up, brought him back to this realm, and actually, it's one of the first residents in this space. Nowadays, the boy has grown. Boy has become a powerful adventurer. The boy has even started and opened his very own winery in Mondstadt. Yes, the man, the myth, the legend, Diluc. That's right. Diluc was an orphan, and this owner saved Diluc, brought him up, raised him up, and gave him a new life. And now Diluc does vigilante work. Diluc protects the weak, and Diluc in of itself is passing it forward. But yes, this is the community. Another Western-focused community. We have a windmill here. Unlike the first, the North American one, the North American windmill was for functional reasons, for grinding grains. But this one is really just here as an aesthetic marker to provide and build around this community. All right, it's this whole community, very tight knit. All European homes, townhouses. They are all attached homes. All right, so now let us exit the back here, and that's very simplistic, but look at that, and that's it, right? We leave this space, and let's see, we move on to the third island. Let us go to the third island. Ah, yes, the third and final. Wait, no, there's 4 islands. But the 4th island, it's kind of like a small little island. And let's go this way. Let's go this. Yeah, once in a while people do shipwreck here, and then the owner the owner does screen people when they come by, but very rarely do they get to stay here. Just because you shipwreck here doesn't mean you get to stay. All right. Of course, we have another outhouse here. We do have some vegetation here. The owner does have plans to do some vegetation growing. He has talked to me about thinking of expanding on this space, but currently this is the small crop area that he has to work with. And we come to the final island, the last getaway. So this space in of itself kind of is like a villa / resort. This is where the owner escapes to. Again, the franchise hot pot owner here also works here. I remember Furcialis. Furcialis has set up shop here as well. But once again, people, the aesthetics here just can't be beat. It's the owner really appreciates multi-layered architecture, right? Multi-layered architecture that elevates and encompasses you, surrounds you. And the owner says when it's something that he was definitely born with and lived through, that the fact of shelter surrounding brings him peace. So a lot of the space he has built and constructed does revolve around the circulation, like circular and all-encompassing shelter. And it really hammers home the idea that there's always a home to go back to. Okay, and that's what this is really built off of. That's why you see the elevation of the rear structures that kind of towers over the structures in the front here. Now, we have double-sided hotpot. Furcialis really be pulling in all the weight out here, doing the work. All right, we got some vegetations, and right here as we move onwards, I believe we have currently the last island. And the owner has mentioned to me that he has thought about moving all the vegetation into that 4th island over there, but currently it's just more easily accessible for the workers for people to come and harvest in these areas. And let me tell you, these part of the communities are all very, very tight knit. You know, people from the second island oftentimes comes to the third island to help with harvesting, to help the vendors set up, and it's just all one community. And as the moon starts to ascend and the sun has bid us farewell, we are entering the twilight stages. And let me tell you, this is definitely one of the most beautiful. And if you, for a split second, you would think it's still daytime, but look at this scenery, people. Look at it. It is something otherworldly, and I mean quite literally, we are in another world. There is a conch like shell over here. The owner has touched on it, said there when he first came here, this shell was already here, but the person who sold it to him said that this did belong to a sea creature that got lost apparently and trapped in this realm, and due to a lack of prey, it eventually did starve to death. So now it's essentially become like a structure part of this third island. But I mean, I can sit here with you all day to tell you about the stories of this teapot, okay? But let us head back and really sink our teeth into the interior of this teapot. Let me tell you, there's a lot to go through for this particular teapot. This man is a man of symbolism, and this man is a man of reason, conviction, and sheer fucking will. Yes, I said it. I swore. Demonetize me, YouTube. I don't care. I need to get the point across. That's my job as a salesperson, because each home, a home, like it was, I always knew this by concept, but it wasn't until I met this homeowner did I realize that a home is more than a residence. It's more than a shelter. It's more than a roof over your head with four walls around you. A home houses your soul. A home is the direct reflection of a man's convictions, beliefs, and just generally way of life, way of living. And it's like putting your beliefs like a painting that you hang in the world that most of the time outlives you. All right, so this man, let me tell you, let's go inside and we'll peek to the inner souls of this homeowner. And spectacular, another spectacular specimen of pure genius ingenuity. All right, let's go. And unlike Emerald Peak, which has elevation and as it spirals into elevation, so we could glide back down. In fact, this home starts at the top and moves downwards, and it flattens out towards the second and third island, so we can glide back. Now let's go over here. And we have Tubby, of course, the private butler, taking a nap. Good. Don't disturb Tubby. So, we are here at the private mansion. Is everyone ready? Let me get a drink of water. Mr. and Mrs. and everyone in between, allow me to introduce to you Mr. Reen and his magnificent home. Let's go inside. Yes, the interior. Spectacular. So, we have the hallway here that leads all throughout the house. This arch here connects the entire first floor home, and of course we have the bar. Unfortunately, currently the bartender is away. Usually Diluc does make an appearance here once in a while and mix up his new signature concoction, you can say, and presents it to the owner, but the owner is not too fancy of a person for alcohol, as he does say it clouds his judgments, and it makes him forget, and the owner doesn't like to forget. He always likes to remain in a clear mind, but once in a while he does indulge in the bar. Now, of course, we do have the guest welcoming area. We have in the entrance here to the left side. It's kind of like how we saw in the Emerald Peak, but this one, it's this owner does not invite private guests over here. He does not like to conduct business in his home, so he has this setup. It's usually more for friends, family, and he just kind of sits here, talk with them. We have the dining area, surrounded by bookshelf knowledge. Again, remember when I kept telling you, this man wants to be surrounded. He constantly wants to be surrounded and feels like he's grounded. He comes from a man of nothing, and now he is something, but he never, it's just like we harbor our demons, and he can never shed away the fact that he had a tough upbringing. So he constantly surrounds himself with these showers, with these structures, to feel a sense of home and closure. All right. Here we have a resting area. We have a resting area, fireplace, nice, chill, very homey, very welcoming. And what is this room? You guys want to see in this room? This is the guest bedroom. All right. Oh. He did not tell me the names of his pets. Of course, I didn't ask, but this particular one has no name that I know of. But this is the guest bedroom. We actually do have scriptures here. Yes, very nice. Sit here, write some letters. Feels like home. Very simplistic, double, single beds. Let's go over here. We have his office. We have his office that this is usually where this person spends most of their time. They're constantly working, they're constantly thinking, they're constantly reading balance sheet, just seeing what more they can do. Currently, he spends a lot of time thinking about the fourth island and further developments to better the rest of this island. And it's also functioning as his, war room, discussion room. His champions would come in. They would kind of situate themselves all over here. They would kind of situate themselves over here. And they would kind of just talk amongst themselves here about Spiral Abyss and the advances of evil in the world and how they are, suited to combat it. And come out here, lots of books. The man really likes reading. He usually practices calligraphy here. What he does is he hangs up inspiration. Sometimes it could be a painting. Sometimes it could be whatever. And then he stands here and he sees it and sees what comes to mind as he writes. And it's think of it as a hobby. A really cool space back here. And right here, his chemistry room, of course, science, inspiration. He's constantly thinking of ways to better certain products. He develops a lot of concoctions, potions, and whatnot. And he, believe it or not, he tests it on himself. So, what a mad lad. So yeah, he comes here and he writes his findings, and then he these are all his diaries that he has worked on. So yeah, he's a man of knowledge. As a man of knowledge, he truly believes in the immortality of knowledge. So that's what he works on. He spends most of his days doing that. Let's go upstairs. More seating area. Yes, the man. Okay, this man constantly wanders around. Wherever he finds himself pondering, thinking about something, he just immediately sits down and starts thinking about it. So, yeah, a man that lives by his own rules. Come up here. We have a small reception. Usually, someone is working here with private lending. This is his private storage of books and stuff, of scriptures that he's finished, and he doesn't want getting out. I've never went into this room before, but he assures me nothing spectacular. It's just a storage room. It's used to house all his books and his whatnot, and his discoveries and findings. So here, he can come here to take him back out again, or he'll come here to drop off something new that he wants kind of locked away. So yeah. Come over here, more lounge areas, more books. To be honest, I don't know what he spends most of his time reading, but he has told me he really enjoys European-based literature and stuff like that. So that's gonna be it. Whee! And that's this house, my friends. This is the Asian representative. So, what did you guys think? Asian representative. Oh. Did I miss an area? Was there something on the fourth island? Oh no. Did I miss the beach area? One moment. Are we talking about the fourth island? Oh. Not that, not that. You mean here? Here, right? Yeah, okay. Wait, I don't believe we walked through that area. One moment. Let's go. Maybe I forgot. Maybe. Let's go take a look. At what actually this might come as a surprise to me as well. Let's go. What is down here in the beach area? Oh my God. I don't believe we looked at this when I came in. A secret. A secret area. But the theme is the same. Look, the tree that he has on purposely grown onto a ledge constantly remind himself. The stone lions that welcomes you at the gates. Now this is a surprise to myself. This is like the beach house villas. Wow. And there's Chubby. We have our own beach house villas. Again, another secluded community. With their own marketplace. Storage. Spectacular. And as we come over off to the side wing here. We have a resort. We even have a walkway up here. You see this? A walkway. What is this? We have the pavilion or bungalow, as I like to call it. This is an entire getaway resort, a beachside resort that he has essentially built. Very nice. Food abundant. We have also over here a little side shelter comparatively. So people can come here to rest up, to enjoy, have a good time. Wow, we didn't walk through this space. Very special. I would say this is definitely something that everybody who decides to purchase a beachside resort would want to build for themselves. Very nice. I think this is definitely one of the highlights of this island. Thank goodness you reminded me to come over here. Let's move up. Get some elevation here. Now we're on the roof. And bam. Take a look at this. Wow. So, no wonder, as we conclude this particular walkthrough, of course, let me tell you guys, this current island, Teapot, is also open contract, open offers, first come, first serve, and asking price. All right. Asking price is 5.9 billion Mora. So if you guys have 5.9 billion Mora, do consider yourselves, step up to the task, and we can negotiate the terms and conditions of your offer. Let's take a screenshot. This is going to be our screenshot. So we got the Asia Teapot. Lots of inspiration. Lots of inspiration. Please, a round of applause for this man's teapot, for offering up this teapot for this showcase. Amazing work. Amazing work. And man, even left a little surprise for me. Damn. Okay, so Asian gang, I hope you guys are proud. This man right here is your current representative, all right? And of course, where would we be without Europe? Once again, back to my face, because we are taking a trip west into Europe. All right. I wonder if she is awake. Let me check. Let me check. Zhongli supremacy. There she is. There she is. All right. Let's do this. Okay. I think I have everything for this one. Hopefully I don't miss anything. Let's do this. One moment. I need to access my European donated account. One moment. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, go. Last and final teapot. Currently, we already finished 2. Let's go into Europe. This is going to be the last one, chat. This is going to be the last account. Last showcase. Last walkthrough before Realtor Walrus will put up his suit. And we're going to be calling it a day after this. Let's go. Let's go in. I'm currently in, and let's see who is our realtor. It's loading. Who is it? Ah. Yes. Oh, no. Why did you log off here? Why am I getting chased? No. Cannot use during combat. Escape to town. Get out of here. Alright, chat. Who do you think is the realtor? I already know the answer. Who is our realtor? Alright, we are inside. Let's go in. 2. We are in. Indeed, chat. Who is our realtor? Look at this. This is your realtor. All right. You guys ready? So, we had Emerald Peak, we had Cool Isles, and now we have Floating Abode. Okay? Okay, chat? Take it all in. Take it all in. Breathe it in. Yes. Hu Tao sells the most permanent real estate of all. Let me tell you, when Hu Tao sells you a home, you pretty much stay there for the rest of eternity. Yes, it's quite permanent. It's quite permanent. Hu Tao selling you homes? Yeah, you'll be living in those homes by your 2x7 homes for the rest of eternity. Okay? So, alright. Let's go. So, for our last home showcase, this is a 27,440 Adepto Energy home presented to you by European nation. All right, this is our European representative. So, let's start with the first island. I'm already stuck. The first island. Now, another gated community, but don't let this confuse you, right? While this space definitely feels reminiscent of our Cool Isle representative, this one is more representative of home. And this one definitely, the person, the owner here specifically tells me it reminds her of home, her hometown. Well, although we are currently away, or constantly we may be away, it's always nice to be able to afford to recreate or to build architecture that reminds you of your hometown. Feels just like home. As you can see, everything is quite compact. This is as compact as we should be having. Let's say per regulation, this is how you are allowed to build it. This person is also very fond of animals, wildlife, cats, dogs. Spent an insane amount of time having these animals just constantly everywhere, inside, outside, upside, downside. All right, let me tell you, animals is a running theme when it comes to this teapot. So, this is going to be mostly it for the first one. It's really just about that feeling of compactness, homeness. No, doggos, you can't follow me. Go back. Go back. I'm showing a home. Go home. Go home. Okay, if you guys want to come, you can come. But let me tell you, I'm about to leave this island. Yes, good boys. Good boys. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, as you can see, the dogs are very trustworthy. People rarely come through here that are not trustworthy. I am running the wrong way. We go down the steps. Yes, I can remember now. We go down the steps. Right here. And as we look onwards to the second island, some of you may already be having Attack on Titan themes playing in your mind. But I assure you, it does not feel that oppressive, I would say. Even though the walls definitely feels intimidating when you look at it from the outside, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Let me show you guys once we get down there, all right? We have two crystals at the gate. I think you can already see it. Those are handcrafted, all right? Handcrafted by the Adepti during the war. Those crystals were used as batteries, in fact. And those two crystals are also what is used to power a lot of the tools and whatnot that are being used inside the city. Now you may be wondering, well, why is such an important battery, situated right at the entrance where anybody can have access to it? Well, the thing is, this is not one does not simply touch this stuff. All right, just don't try to put your hands on it. Usually this space is perfectly reserved for private guests and private communities. And once again, the feeling of compact home kind of resonates more even in this community. I feel like, in a way, it's smaller, more homey, and of course, Ferchialis, the 24-hour hot pot vendor, definitely has open shop here as well. There's not an inch of reality you can escape Ferchialis's hot pot. Okay, so this right here, we have a very small living space, 2 homes, houses 2 different families, and they kind of just keep everything afloat here by themselves. It's all they have food coming in, they have raw produce coming in at a fixed interval, and they kind of just live here peacefully. The owner does like to come here and actually sometimes even stay amongst them for some time, just to feel like they're back at home, right? It's also part of the reason why all these vendors are out here is that it's also offered up as a commercial space for people to come and go to make purchases and produce. Whereas this place feels more accessible than some of the other vendor locations. So it's a semi-mixed space. And the windmill is definitely it's one of the only structures that you can actually see from the other space. So when people do come by here, they often feel like that it's a symbolic piece of the architecture of this island, and the owner purposely did not want to use up more land than necessary, as there may be plans to build other settlements here, but currently the owner prefers it like this to keep it more compact and tight knitted in this manner. All right, now where are we going off to next? There we go, this way, onwards to the 3rd island. The 3rd island actually is very interesting. I like the 3rd island because there you go. You can already see it. Let's go. So the 3rd island, as you can already see by the architecture, is a hilichurl paradise. So you guys might be wondering, well, why house hilichurl? So the owner is of strong belief that we don't have that much differences, and in fact we should try very hard to coexist. So she has built the hilichurls their own private paradise over here. All right, and actually the hilichurls that do live here has already established certain hierarchies. We have these smaller huts. We have these little shacks where they store a lot of their stuff, tools and whatnot. And then we have these different structures. They do have watchtowers here, but it's mostly used for agriculture. Means nowadays they store a lot of stuff in here as well sometimes. But currently the population has dwindled quite a lot due to indifferences in believing whether or not hilichurls can do coexist with humans. So currently we have these smaller huts down here where the kind of the lower class of hilichurls live, and then we have the chief's house. This is the chieftain's house. This is where the chieftain's family usually resides. Although they're all outside right now, they're out and about in the world of Teapot, but they will come back for evening time. I personally have met all of them. I think they're very civilized, and I do believe now, seeing this space, that we can coexist. And of course, one moment, this boar, don't get it twisted. This is a very tamed boar. It doesn't attack you. It doesn't really do much, and it goes by the name of Peppa, and that is P-E-P-A, Peppa. This is I guess it's like a pet, but also a companion. Peppa here makes sure everything is in order when all the hilichurls are out, and usually he just lays around and enjoys himself. I mean, he's a boar, However, Teapot, yes, does indeed come with the property, so you choose to purchase. So don't worry. All right. Now, let's go over here. We got more stands and stations, and you know, usually that's the hilichurl getaway. They use last time I came here, I saw some two young hilichurls who were madly in love. They were laying in this hut as they were watching the the mountain ranges in the side. I didn't approach them, but it was so sweet to see. I think, guys, we should stop hunting down hilichurls. It's just they deserve better. And now we have a grinding mill. Yeah, usually you got some meter churls over here grinding grains. You know, sometimes they mix their own concoctions here for wine. They're actually starting to learn to be more civilized and agricultural ways of produce, like this multi-stage produce. So very interesting. They actually have some really fine wines. But let me tell you, the hilichurls really enjoyed their alcohol. Very pungent and very strong. So most of us won't be able to handle the amount of liquor, hard liquor that they consume. So yeah, let's go over here and let's go towards the last island. All right, this island, something special here. Something special here. I can't really say it now, but once we get there, I'll show you guys. There's something about the abode that just feels like those who are unworthy and impure of heart won't be able to walk on this, you know? So if you some people, bandits, thieves, you know, improper people, when they step on these trails, they just fall right through. They just fall right through. All right, so and here we have the private residence, the getaway. All right, look at this, my friend. All right, so this is a duplex style private residence, a duplex style, and it's inspired by Liyue. And we actually have two private housing areas. So over here, this is where all the housekeepers stay. So yes, the housekeepers do not stay in the primary residence, but they do have their own homes built over here. So this is the housekeepers. This is where they stay in the right wing, and this is where the chef stays. The chefs and the butlers, and they stay here in the left wing. So it is separated. There are strict rules as to how you know the relationship between the two staff. So this is why the owner had this you know, separated. And currently there are two duplex residences that are connected by this arch. So let's go back here. As we jump past the pavilions, we actually have a secret tea house, I would say, back here. This is where the owner comes here to really feel secluded from the rest of the world. Although it's not fancy, it's not you know, whatever, this is where the owner feels like most at home. It's very, very simple, secluded. You got some desserts over here. The housekeeper usually keep this area stationed, and when they see the owner does come through, they do prepare some hot teas. And yeah, this crane here also kind of just this crane likes to stay here, according to the owner. Like, no matter where it goes, it flies away, and it always comes back and nestles back here in this area. So that's the specialty house area. One moment. Let us... Where is the... I do believe this should be the final island. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but if I recall, this was the final island, the fourth island, and this is kind of like a getaway. Usually this is reserved as private quarters for the private guests of the owner. However, the owner does come down here to you know, private getaways. It's also inspired by you know, like a vacation home in of itself. But definitely, it's the structures of it is Liyue inspired. Oh, wait, Hu Tao, hold up. Hold up, Hu Tao. What are you trying to do? Trying to pull some fancy footwork on me? Too fast. I'm too fast. As we make our way back up. So if you remember, the Emerald Peak was going from lower elevation to higher elevation. The beach house was kind of going from higher to middle, and then it flattens out. The floating abode goes from higher all the way to lower. So we have to climb all the way back up there to get back to the private residence. Okay? One moment. This is a workout. I'm telling you, this is a workout. In a suit? Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's go. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I need to get back up. Get back up. Holy. And as the homeowner says in chat, if you don't fall down at least once, you don't get the full experience of the floating abode. That is quite true. That is quite true. And we are back to the stone wall seclusion. And then as we continue going higher, we will reach the owner's own private residence. Man. So, what do you guys think? I definitely think this place feels very homey. The effect has definitely been achieved through the work of the architects and the design, and the purposeful decision to not use the whole space, but actually really center it around one central space. All right. Yeah, the Spark says like even sprinting in Genshin makes you tired. Exactly. Holy smokes. Just looking at it, I'm tired. Floating abroad. I like that. And finally, we make it back to the top. And we're once again greeted by the pets. Oh, you were waiting for me this whole time. Does feel like home, doesn't it? When you come through that gate. Let's go in to the private residence. Let's see. Oh, Hu Tao, you're gonna get fired like that. Immediately, again, we're met with little animals. I remember there's a lot more. Yeah, there's a lot more. All right. So first come in, reception table. Usually there are people who are working here, but today, you know, they've been cleared out just so we can kind of make this walkthrough very simplistic. All right. So we currently have the office, study room, whatever you want to call it. You know, I start to see a common theme with these people who are very wealthy, who have made it. They're big fans of scriptures, big fans of literatures, read a ton. All right. Usually, this particular owner says sometimes she overworks herself so much she just falls asleep right on the couch. Doesn't even make it to the bedroom. But of course, as always, that little animals are everywhere. Here we have a fireplace, living space, whatever you want to call it, common space, a stage. We even have Zhongli himself here. This owner is a big fan of private. Everything is more secluded, private for smaller audience. Does not enjoy a big crowd. So even for performances, usually they just watch it together. Today, the owner has indeed invited Zhongli. They're gonna be watching a performance of Li Yue's old passage. All right, Li Yue's old passage called "The Thousand River Flows." Never heard of that one. Right here, we have the kitchen, a very small, simplified kitchen. We have a dining space. As you can see, nothing too fancy, very secluded, very compact. And yeah. Over here, we have the private quarters of this person. I have the alchemy stands. And over here, more workspace. But of course, this one is less optimized, unlike the office. So I got that. I don't think I showed you guys this. Ah, yes. So this one is the guest bedroom, if I recall. Yes, this one's the guest bedroom. It's actually situated in a very interesting way. The slanted design allows for more light to actually permeate the room. Apparently, that's what the architect had told me. So, as we move out, let's go upstairs. Once again, library, knowledge, and compass. This is actually a very interesting design. It's wrapped around. It's built entirely around, built into the walls. But yes, knowledge is the centerpiece of everything. All right, people? Kids, stay in school. Continue to learn. Learning never stops. So, as we will stop intruding on the owner and her time with Zhongli. Okay? Let us take a photo at the entrance. Right here. This one is our European representative. Oh, Zhongli sneaking away off to the side, I see. Can't escape my eyes. Oh. We can see Zhongli's head popping, bopping. Oh. Here comes Zhongli. Wow. Whoa, Zhongli. Dun. Very nice. Let's take a photo. This is our European representative, Zhongli Supremacy. All right, take that. Crop that and save it. We got EU Teapot. And done. Chat. And done. That is that. Wow, what a journey, isn't it? We got 3 different teapots, and thank you all for tuning in. Man, my mouth is parched, but this is the job of a realtor. I feel like being able to show you guys all this stuff, being able to present these teapots to you guys is such an honor. I really, really do enjoy this process. One moment. Can we please, again, a round of applause for the Europe representative when it comes to the teapot showcase. Sitting through and waking up so early. Thank you so much. Spectacular. In my mind, there are no clear winners, no clear losers. But let's just round up the European teapot. Asking price 6.6 million mora for the 4-piece floating abode. All right, floating abode. Thank you guys so much. I really enjoyed this. What do you think, chat? Are you gonna be able to pick a winner? I'm gonna be going and posting all of this in my private Discord. If you guys are curious, if you guys are first time here, make sure to join my Discord. Make sure to engage with the community. And I would say maybe if you guys enjoy this, I'm going to make this into a YouTube video. Hopefully, Editor Kun is going to be working hard making this into a video. Yeah, maybe we'll get to do this again. All right, people. So before you guys all disperse and go out, let's see if we can send you all to someone else. All right. Maybe we can send this to someone else. Let's see. Let's see who we should raid. Let's see who we should raid. This isn't even Genshin. What about this person? No. Let's see Genshin Impact. Okay. While this person's doing a 12-hour plus stream. If you guys enjoy long streams and seeing people literally burning out, is he speaking English though? Oh no, he is not. He is not speaking English. Okay. Let's see where we're gonna send you guys today at the end here.
Well, we've done all we can. How do I get star glitter?
Well, this person sounds frustrated with Genshin enough. The first thing we literally heard when we came in was her grunting, alright? So, let's go. Today, we have chosen Kate Online. Pinned. Thank you guys so much. I had a lot of fun. I have to go upload a video to YouTube. And yeah, I got my vaccine shot yesterday. My shoulder's kind of hurting. I'm getting a small headache. But thank you guys so much. And for people wondering,
oh, Noelle is constellation 5. That's really close.
I personally
very close.
liked all of the teapots. As a professional, I am not impartial. I am not biased. Personally, I like them all. Okay?
Oh, thank you for
all right.
Follow, Bambi.
Thank you guys so much. And yeah, go have some fun at the live stream. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Actually, you'll see me in tonight's video.
Let's see.
But I will see you all in tomorrow's video. So until then, stay safe and peace.
Thank you for the follow.
Ooh, my arm is sore. My arm is sore.